Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Emblem hour. The one singular hour of Fire Emblem that occurs on Sundays. Singular hour. Yes, welcome, Poi Unicorn. Welcome, welcome. Oh, welcome, Cesar. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? How are we doing today? You know what I realized this morning is that, so I am a filthy... Oh my god. I am filthy. I should take a shower. No. That's just a constant. Wearing armor all day kind of does that to you. But... Oh, you're sick? Damn. Okay, well, I mean, that wasn't called for. I mean, maybe it was. I understand. I did say I was stinky, but that is not... I wasn't asking to be washed. Thank you very much. I'll handle that myself. But yeah, damn, you're feeling sick, Cesar? That sucks. Hope you feel better soon. Get well soon. Yeah, being sick is the worst. I actually think there is nothing in... I mean, there's a lot of things, so there's... It's a bit of hyperbole, I suppose. But probably one of the things I hate the most in life is being sick. Because the entirety of my life basically grinds to a halt. And I guess part of the other reason is that I get scared that I won't pick up the things that I dropped, basically, when I got sick. So I will, like, build things up, right? I will, like, have more of a routine than I normally do, because I'm fairly, I suppose, a fairly unstructured individual. And then I'll be like, man, I hope I don't forget to do all of these things that I built for a relative amount of structure of my life. Like one of my teachers? I don't know what the correct term would be in this case, I guess. I want to say master, but that's kind of weird. It's not a weird kink thing. I know 90% of the time it is, but it's not. Has told me not to practice if I'm sick, so it's like, well, I mean, you know, there's that. Like, wow, I really need to make sure I don't screw that up by the time I'm better now. Yeah. I hate colds. I can deal with a broken bone, but man, I hate colds. Damn. I have never broken a bone in my entire life. And frankly, I'd like to keep it that way. I would. I'm good. I'm good. Perfect bone buddies? Yes. As in, sorry, when you said bone buddies, I'm like, whoa, hold on a second, not like that, wait. Pause. Pause, champ. We are not bone buddies. I would never bone a buddy. I would never bone a fan. A fan could never be a bone buddy, let alone a perfect one. But we're talking about perfect bones. That's what we're not like a bone that... Not a bone that's perfect, that your bones are perfect. Your bones aren't perfect. I don't know what your bones are. I'm gonna stop doing this now. This is stupid. This is dumb. Oh, man. Yeah, I was actually, so I don't generally watch streams, I suppose, because usually, well, I guess recently my activities haven't really overlapped with being able to have yapping background noise. It's like a little difficult for some of the things I've been doing. I'm really hoping to do some more drawing this week, because I haven't done that in a while. But I turned on a stream of one of my friends, the one and only Shibatan, who is playing Gunfire Reborn. And I don't know, I'm pleasantly reminded sometimes that there are content creators that are not like immensely popular, so to speak. This isn't a criticism of Shiba specifically, but I guess I didn't check out the people they were collabing with, so I don't know what their numbers were either. But, you know, the small-time viewership, right? And it was something like... I think one of the gun names was called, like, Rock Hard Phoenix or something. They just ran this entire bit on like, whoa, wait, what did you say? Rock Hard what? Phoenix. It's a phoenix. Rock Hard Phoenix, guys. You had me at Rock Hard. It's like, wait a minute. Turns out, you don't actually need to have big number to be a good entertainer. Who would have guessed? I guess that just goes to show that my humor is so basic. It's like, wow, you said you said Rock Hard. You had me at Rock Hard. The bit had me at Rock Hard. So it wasn't much more complicated than that. It's very funny to me. Oh, I also got to watch a bit of Gigi yesterday. That was nice. She was playing Monhun, and then it's like, do I log on to Monhun for when eventually a lobby opens up and I can join? And I'm like, nah, that's cringe. Existing is cringe. Don't exist. Like, wow, that's a set of thoughts that I had. You have to be pretty speed as well to, I don't know. Manually typing in an 8-thing code is probably, like, difficult, yeah? I don't know. I maybe could have at least tried. But it is really funny, I guess, and kind of sad. Because I think I definitely feel like the HP bars and wilds have been nerfed quite a bit. And the reason why this is important, by the way, for HP and stuff like duration of time, is that I felt like in Rise, you had to spend like a little bit more time fighting the boss, even when there was like 4 people. Like it felt like the missions were longer than 5 minutes, basically. But with the current state of the HP bars and wilds, like the hunts are just so fast. They feel like they're over before they started. And I think the reason why it's important to have like a length of time for which you need to be focused is that like it's more difficult. And I guess this is like a, well, I want the game to be more difficult complaint, so whatever that means to you, but I think there's a certain difficulty in, like, you could execute, like, a dodge, like a roar dodge once or twice, or like dodge a particular attack once or twice. But needing to do that multiple times over an extended period of time, I think makes things more difficult. So like with no breaks, do the same kind of thing for, let's say, 10 minutes. And I kind of hope, like, once we get to Master Rank, or as we get new monsters, Arch-Tempered or whatever, that the fights are a little bit more extended, because I really feel like the current state of Monhan is, like, you jump in with 4 endgame gear people, and then the hunt is, like, 2 minutes long. Right? And that just feels kind of bad. I don't know. I don't know. Which I wanted to do a stream where I answer SOS flares, and I don't know if, like... I think the issue is that it's like, if I answer an SOS flare, and I sandbag a little bit, because I think the experience of Monster Hunter is fun when you get to play the game. Like, I want to sandbag a little bit so that the person who posted the hunt gets to play the game. And perhaps when that person fires an SOS flare, what they're looking for is to get carried. Like, they do want the hunts to be shorter, but it's a little sad to me, I guess. I don't know. But the other thing too is that it's like, well, you know, grass is always greener on the other side, so, well, were the hunts really more fun when they took like 8 minutes? And I think, I don't know. But yeah, it definitely feels like there's like people don't even need to like shock trap lock people. It just feels like the stagger is very strong already and all kinds of stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm still having fun soloing like level 5 pip tempereds and stuff, and I kind of want to mess around with, I guess, like how good I could get for a run for that. I haven't looked at any other like time attack stuff, but I might be interested in looking at something like that. Because I realize that there are, like, it's a matter of how focused I'm being, where if I'm simply not focusing enough, or I'm not choosing to respect the monster, right? So I'll say something in my head like, oh, I saw that attack charging up. Like, I saw it, right? But I simply didn't react. I was like, yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna keep doing what combo I'm doing. Like, whereas if I was paying attention, I could have, on gun lanes, for example, if I was paying attention, I didn't have to cue wide sweep after full burst. Because wide sweep takes a while to do, and if I start the wide sweep, then I might get punished. But if instead, after full burst, I just, like, waited for, like, a few frames, I could have noticed that the monster started attacking, and then done a full reload as a guard counter instead of, like, committing to a wide sweep. So, it's interested in, I don't know. I realize that it's something akin to, or actually, I realize that it's akin to, but different than, say this part. I'm going to read what Apple said first before I continue rambling, but just jumped into the stream, but this is really feeling like a repeating cycle of Monster Hunter games. Base game comes out and it's too easy. G-Rank comes out and people say things have too much health. I don't know if I ever felt that. I feel like in World and in Rise, I didn't feel like low rank was too easy. I'm going to be honest with you. I actually feel like Wild's low rank genuinely feels too easy. And it's not that it's too easy, because, like, I still get fucking smacked around by Gormagala and Arkfeld if I'm not paying attention. But I did not have issues with the stuff before. For me, I didn't feel it, but I noticed a pattern in what I see people say from Worldborn to Rise Sunbreak. That's interesting. And I'm glad you said that, because and this is part of the reason why I like having a chat, just for the record. Like, one of the reasons I genuinely appreciate having people saying things that are based on their experience or things that they've seen is that, like, I just don't, like, look at things, man. Like, I just... It's not that I... Like, part of it is that I just don't care. But secondarily, it's like, I have too many... This is a weird way to put it, because I'm going to say that I have too many things to do. And that's not like I have too many things to do. I'm like a busy CEO who's doing incredibly important things. It's just like, I genuinely want to do so many things with my time that I don't have enough time to do all of it. So I don't have time to be looking at other people and what their terrible takes are. Yeah, like, I think I wrote a paper about, what was it? This was one of my favorite papers, too. Which, before I move on to that, was there something that I wanted to say about, yeah, I guess just to reiterate, it's like, I didn't even know people complained about low rank previously. That's so interesting. When the IGN review came out for Wilds and they were complaining about the game being too easy, like, that was the first time I heard someone complain about like low and high rank. So that was interesting to me. I've struggled in high rank too, before. Like, I just straight up struggled in high rank in Generations. So, yeah. What I'd like is for the base game to have that side activity to farm, like Guiding Lands and Worlds or Anomaly Quest and Sunbreak. Base game for the past 2 games I've realized may as well be treated as prepping for the G-Rank expansion. Yeah, that's fair. Like, it doesn't have an infinite farm, which the interesting thing for me, first of all, I actually think in this game we have that in Arshan weapons. I think the unfortunate thing is that not every weapon needs an Arshan weapon, so there's kind of that problem. Which, I don't know if you saw it, by the way, Apple, but I posted, like, the god roll that I got on my alt account. I got a sword and shield with 5 attack boost. And I'm like, why isn't this on my main? This is on my fucking alt account. Yeah, it's funny. Because I started recording my rolls, because I'm like, you know what? Like, I'll do this. I'll pay attention to this whole, like, re-rolling thing and whatever. Because, like, the only thing for me that I actually want to get out of it, because some people are like, well, I don't want to reinforce 5 times. Like, I want to save on Zenny. Or, like, I want to save Scum to... Yeah, I think it's mostly saving Zenny was the reason. But for me, I just don't have parts. So I don't want to, like, roll a paralysis weapon and then have it not be the right thing and then need to get 3 more paralysis pieces. So I am unfortunately save scumming that. At least I'm save scumming it on my ult. I don't know if I'm going to do it on my main. So, recorded my rolls. Get to the last roll that I have out of my Arshan pieces. And I'm like, alright, this is the last one, like, before I need to... Like, I was going to reset because I saved. And then my second roll was a 3 attack. 3 attack, 2 sharpness boost. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll, like, go back to that roll. That seems kind of good. Build my paralysis weapon, which was 2 attack, 1 affinity. And it just rolled 5 attack, just straight up. And I'm like, yep, cool. Don't have to... I don't have to redo it. I don't have to redo it. And I only had, like, 1 set of paralysis pieces. So I was kind of like, cool. I don't even have to, like, re-roll, go through 8 pieces of trash, and then make the paralysis weapon. I just only had 3 paralysis pieces, and I rolled on the last one. It's just so, like, so ridiculous RNG. Like, it's very funny to me. What was the thing that I was gonna say? Shit. I want to remember it. It was about Monster Hunter, G-Rank. People complain. Damn, shit, I totally lost it. Because I wanted to appreciate chat for like 0.5 seconds and then I immediately lost it. Because I was gonna say it's like one of my favorite stories to tell. Nope, it's gone. That's too bad. That really is too bad. Because I think I had a good feeling about that story. What was I talking about before that? Because there was another branch of something that I want to talk about that I think I now forget, which is really too bad. Yep, I'm just gonna sit here and then try and remember what I was saying. What was I even talking about before that? I was talking about oh, I genuinely feel like the thing is too easy. The amount of time it takes to complete a quest feels kind of lame. Playing with other people. Like a group. Yeah, it didn't really feel like it didn't really feel like it was too easy even in a group. I think one of the other things that I was going to mention was that, you know, when you party in Master Rank, it's still kind of like, I don't know, people can die. It's funny, I'm actually dying in high rank anyways, but that's because I'm not really locked in. Like, I can tell I'm not focusing hard enough to justify, I guess? Is justifying the right word? God, I'm so tilted. I actually had like not two bangers necessarily, but I had two things in mind, and I'm now completely forgetting them. That's too bad. Yep, alright. We're gonna move on. Because I completely lost it. I'm not really looking forward to Mizu too much. It's an RA monster, but if it's just Mizu in the title update, then eh. Oh, it's a paper. Sorry, I remember what it was. So, I wrote about Genshin Impact for a paper for Tactician School. And I thought it was very interesting that basically I looked at resin regeneration, like the stamina regeneration system. And I know there were people that basically complained about the stamina regeneration system and being like, why don't we have more of it? And basically this paper discussed that like the amount of resin that you get per day basically gives you like a long playtime and a short playtime later in the day. And presumably when you go to sleep, you'll have a long regen again, and then you'll be at full resin by the time you need to play again. And the reason why I thought this was interesting was that people want more resin. But to me, I see that the intention of the system is to get you to play twice a day. Sorry, two times a day. At least as far as resin is concerned. So if you're just farming, you play 1 to 2 times a day, and that's just it. So I was basically like, these people are asking for more resin, but what is that realistically gonna do? Like, are you gonna ask the... Like, there is someone who commutes to their job and, like, plays Genshin Impact on public transit. Like, there's probably a lot of people that play like that, where they just log in, do their dailies, and then they're at work. Or they, like, go and take a shit and run, like, one thing while they're taking a shit in order to use their resin. So I felt like, actually, if you gave players more resin, the problem is that there would be people who feel pressured to play more that simply don't want to play more. And then it's like, well, we don't care about those players. We just give us more. The people who play your game more, you should give us more resin. And it's like, well, maybe these people play the game more, but they don't account for like 95% of the player base, is what I'm gonna say. Like, the hardcore fans are a smaller percentage than they even think. Which is actually, on the topic of statistics, very interesting to know that I think Monster Hunter's achievements are an interesting way to just like generally gauge how people have done in the progression of your game. Because basically, if you took a certain percentage of the people who bought a game, and then you just go to like whatever like the first big whatever the first big achievement is in the story. Let's say it's like complete the first main story mission. You have the start of the game where like everyone's bought it. Maybe they've opened it once. Maybe they played like for 5 minutes. But there's going to be a drop off with the people who simply like don't engage with the game at all. They bought it. Maybe they tried it. Maybe they're just super ADHD and they dropped it and to do something else and never remembered it. There's going to be a drop off to the first major achievement. So maybe you're going to see like 70% got the first achievement. And then you look at an achievement like, where is it? How do I check? So this is my achievements. How do I check global achievements? Let's see, where is it? Where is it? It's not this one. I'm pretty sure I hit... Oh, you know what? I actually didn't hit Hunter rank 100 yet on this account. I think I'm Hunter rank 99, and then I stopped, which is very funny. But 25% of people on Steam have achieved the established Hunter achievement. 25% of the people who have bought and played Monster Hunter Wilds have gotten to Hunter rank 100. Hunter rank 100 is like 60 hours into the game, dude. Like, what? It's crazy, dude. It's insane. Are you kidding me? Let's see. What was it for Dustborn? All right, so if we go to Dustborn, we go to achievements. And we go to completed. I mean, I guess like there's the percentage of people who got like a different ending, I suppose. But for comparison, Dustborn had 20% of people finish the game. That's actually relatively high now that I think about it. I guess because like the only people who would have bought this game are the people who are interested in it, that kind of makes sense. I want to think of a game that doesn't typically, like, people don't finish it. What about Armored Core? Maybe 20%'s like more within range than I initially thought. That was not my understanding. I guess if I'm looking at Armored Core, it's like Armored Core's a good game that probably people played a lot of. Stargazer cleared all missions, 25%. Maybe people actually like games now. I swear that number was way lower when I looked at it last time. 25% game completion is very high even for short games, so that is quite crazy. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just looking at good games right now, but these are basically like... Unlock the entire map in Metaphor is at 28%. Okay, what is a game that people would probably buy and play, but not actually get to the end of? Resident Evil 4? The remake? Oh, there's a bunch of shit that I didn't do in this game. That's funny. Nope, complete the main story on hardcore or higher, 27%. These numbers are insane. I guess I just haven't... Maybe I'm just stupid, dude. I swear this was way higher. What about Cyberpunk? Game designer blows their own mind by looking at the achievement system again. Yeah, I guess... So this is how I would compare it, I guess. So Cyberpunk... Here's one that proves my point. I guess the other games are just good and actually a large percentage of people have played. I guess when the game is good, there's a large percentage of people that have done the thing. But basically, I would compare doing all the side quests in Cyberpunk to getting to Hunter rank 100 in Monster Hunter. At least that's kind of what makes sense in my brain. That's not necessarily true because I guess there's like side quests or there's doing all the optionals or stuff. But completing all the gigs in a particular area for Cyberpunk is at like 11%. So out of all the people who've bought the game, they've like the people who've done all of the side quests in a particular area of a of Cyberpunk, it's like 11%. How about beat the game? Because that's what I'm wondering. I don't think 100 is beating the game. Let's just say yeah, leave Night City with the Aldecados. That's one of them. This is at 17%. What are this one? Become a Legend in the Afterlife. Not these. 12. Yeah, so this is one of the more percentagely done one is Leave with the Aldecados. I think, like, kind of makes sense. The Star. 18% finish the game. How about... What about Dishonored 1? I'm curious about this. Yeah, so Dishonored, which is complete the intro mission, is 84% of players. So, like, a lot of people typically finish the first mission in Dishonored. That's good. Clean Hands. Complete the game without killing anyone. 6%. Shadow. Complete all missions without alerting anyone. 5%. Ghost. Complete all missions after the paralogue without alerting or killing anyone. 4%. But what about just finishing the game? You reach the top of Caldwin's Bridge. No, not that one. That's escape prison, navigate the sewers undetected. Not that. Where's the one for just beating the game? Maybe if I look at my achievements, it'll show last. Complete night if Dunwall. Complete the game in low chaos. Oh, it shows the global percentage underneath it. You complete the game in low chaos, 23%. Yeah, so I guess actually 20% is like kind of what seems to be. If you're a good game that's compelling, you will have around 20% of players get to the end game state of your game, I think. I thought it was lower. I actually thought like 5 to 10%. My understanding was actually that a lot of people just like play games, buy them, and basically don't make it out of the first like either the intro or like around halfway through the game. If there's a slump ever, they just like stop playing. I was also under the impression that it was lower. Yeah. Which maybe for bad games that's the case, but yeah. Because I had a teacher or a narrative. Sorry, I'm gonna jump back a little bit to Resin because I don't actually know if I finished or like fully elucidated the point, which is that there are people who. So if you want to flip the script, there are 75% of players who maybe engaged with your game a little bit, but aren't super hardcore, and they're also paying customers. So consider the experience that you're curating for those people as well. I do kind of wonder what the stats would be for. And these are just looking at achievements, by the way. These aren't like, it is not actual telemetry data. Man, looking at the data for gacha games must be so interesting. Like, I really want to, I'm really curious how many people, like, this is so bad. I want to know how many people start the newest story quest in Genshin Impact. And then you see, as soon as a character is introduced, you see a drop-off in their playtime. Like, inactivity. Like, they're not playing. You can basically see, like, they're not taking game actions. They're not, like, pressing space to advance the dialogue. Like, they've stopped, strangely, for 5 to 10 minutes. As soon as a new character is introduced. And then they're playing the game again. And I'm like, I wonder how many people, what percentage of people are doing that? I'm just wondering. God. But yeah, so I had a narrative teacher who, basically the thing they talked about was that a design pattern for narratives is to have like an open and a closing of a narrative within a smaller structure. So for something like Dishonored, you can basically have an entire story arc in one mission, and then it closes, and then it's a good point for you to stop outside of like the end game. And the reason for that is because people don't generally play through games 22 hours at a time. Generally. Again, this is another generally source, trust me, bro. But the stipulation is that if people, like, design is always in response to the patterns that someone is going to do anyways. Because the best way for me to sell you something is something that you were going to do anyways. If I can offer you something that you were going to do anyways. Which I guess is a little bit different than how other... I don't know. Anyways, and maybe it's more the same. The point is that because you can expect that people don't want to listen to your 3-hour epic of a movie, for example. Instead, you break it up into like very, very digestible bits so that people can just like turn on the game, play like a Call of Duty mission, and then turn the game off. Because not every player engages by like, playing a lot all in one sitting. So you want to have parts which close off their story, and it's in response to I'm pretty sure people's daily schedule is play 22 hours, sleep 2 hours, repeat. Well, I'm saying like 22 hours is probably impossible, but even the person who plays for like 12 hours, like they wake up on the weekend and they're like, okay, I'm gonna play like 12 hours of Cyberpunk, I'm just gonna jam through it. Like, I think there are even not necessarily the existence of those people en masse. Because a thing that I've always found interesting, and it's the same reason why people say like go touch grass, because when you interact with people who are online, you are interacting with the people who exist online. Same kind of goes for like the silent majority as far as playing games goes. Like there are just people who play games like maybe a couple hours a day and just stop playing the game. Like it's not their entire life. They just get on, play a little bit, and then they get off. And they're like, cool. That's the time I had today. Time to go wake up and go to my job tomorrow. So, and I guess, like, to an extent, I know some of those people. So designing for those people, I think, is important insofar as, like, they exist, they're real. And I think as soon as you try to... As soon as you start building a basis of logic to design for one type of person, you start excluding other people. Like, there's an opportunity cost to the design decisions that you make. And ultimately, you want to have a little bit for everybody, but it's unfortunate that... I guess it's not even that it's unfortunate, but it's interesting to me, is what I should say, that actually, like, 20% of people got to Hunter Rank 100 in Monster Hunter. That's very impressive to me. Important to keep in mind if you're ever talking to someone about a game online, like 90% of people who play a game don't do that. Yeah, exactly. It's like the people who like have enough of a social media, not presence, but like they have a social media and they're using that social media to what is it? To post, basically, about their experience in the game. Like, that requires a certain type of person. Also, I just received a text. Give me a moment. Apparently, I might need to organize. Just give me one moment. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting that there are, like, there are people who don't engage with things the same way you do, right? You know what's interesting about that is actually, like, whenever I think of VTuber fans, I think about, like, myself, who is just, like, a lurker. Like, I just like watching the talents I like, generally experiencing their personality. It's what I like about streamers and content creators in general. And there are people who just, like, type and chat. Like, they type messages. And I'm like, what? Wait, you don't just sit there and get entertained? What? You engage? That's crazy. Crazy. Actually typing something? Sorry, big sneeze. Sorry, last minute plan changes that I suppose need to be aware of. Yeah, why don't we get started? That was quite a bit of yapping. We are on, I don't remember what story mission this is, but we just promised to meet in 5 years, which nothing wrong will happen in between now and 5 years from now. I'm sure, 100%.
Captain? Captain! Where are you? Hey, Professor, have you seen your old man? Too bad. I guess it will have to be you, then.
I'm back. Sorry for the delay. My last mission took longer than expected.
Captain, thank goodness you're here. There are reports of demonic...
There'll be a nice 11 minutes of gameplay in this 1 hour stream. I mean, yeah, basically.
Monastery's walls being breached.
I will need to leave earlier.
To see what's really going on.
Based on plans getting changed.
Of course, we're both sworn to protect this place.
It's on. They were shortly after.
Sorry, this is the this is the demonic beast showing up map, right? I mean, if we're hella gas at this, we'll be fine. We are kind of getting the all-star effect where our strong characters are getting stronger and our weaker characters aren't getting super strong, so. How do I ban these people again? I don't know how to do that. I can pin their comment. That'd be kind of funny. Oh, right, I have to click on the user, right? Click on user. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, boy. But I have to click on the name, right? In order to take actions against them, I think. So I do it at least, yeah. It's different than on YouTube, because on YouTube you get the hamburger menu whenever you hover over someone's name. So it's just strange. I think we have our entire squad because we're not doing a paralog and we're not forced to have people with us, which is funny. Let's bring Marianne with us. I guess Ignatz is also... Ignatz, Hilda, and Marianne are all people who need stuff, basically. I think I still don't have any gold to repair any of my shit. Yep, I have 33 gold. Fantastic. So I am not going to even try. We're just going to go in there and see what we can get done. Alright.
To work. stay focused.
Speaking of strange, I wonder which designer chose to put this level 12 side quest in an area with exclusively level 40 plus monsters. Yeah, you know, it is funny because whenever I talk about like design stuff, I basically like I try to take the lens that I'm like, how do I understand the thought process of the person who did this thing, basically?
Leave it to me.
Because for all I know, the reason why they wanted like this particular skill in Monster Hunter, for example, to be better than it was in its previous iterations or something like that, right? Like maybe they have a reason for it. But whenever I hear shit like that, I go like, nah, man, like what are you talking about, dude? Like for real, actually who chose that? Like what the fuck do you mean by that? It's always very funny to hear about.
Not what.
Right. Well, there goes our entire strike squad.
Thank you.
I got this.
Can Raph tank one attack? That is my question.
Ready.
Oh, I guess I could just impregnable one, but
Ready and willing.
My turn.
Put me in there.
I stand ready.
it's not entirely unthinkable. X is an open world game and the available quest markers on the map, so it can possibly entice you to go over there earlier than you otherwise would have. But unless you know a cheese strat to not get noticed, you stand no chance of getting there before dying. That's fair. Yeah, maybe it's just to entice like curiosity. That's definitely always a possibility. Let's poke it with Bila. Actually, I want to... I think if I Schism Shot with Hanneman first. 0 damage. Love that. Oh, nice crit. I'm actually really excited for Hanneman to get his magic bow. He's going to be a lot more potent when that happens. The reason why I did this was because I wanted to check the damage on Frozen Lance. It does not actually turn him over, which is too bad. I'm going to dance for... Actually, no, I can dance for Hanneman. Hanneman can go again. Cool, nice double crit. Look at this guy. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to maybe attack with these other people and not have them die immediately. Okay, he just dies immediately. Very cool. Can I poke you with Shamir without killing you? No crit. Poke you with Lysithia. Nope. Oh, is she just in range? That's funny. She will die. Okay. %59% to crit. 69% to crit.
I'm glad I can count on you.
Okay, now what? So we led on the Schism Shot and then immediately didn't actually need to do that. It's very funny to me. I'm gonna assume Lorenz doesn't die, even though I could have checked 21 times 2. Yeah, he's fine. Guy's totally fine. He's totally fine. There's no problems here. Can I poke this guy and then leave? I don't think so. Our guy is still alive. Right, I have Gambits. I totally forgot Gambits existed. I don't really want to Onslaught, though, because that shoves them back. As long as he doesn't fall too far behind in levels, Lorenz can usually tank a hit from full health unless it's a warrior or a brawler. I will keep that in mind. Because Lorenz is supposed to kind of be our, like, half-off tank sort of weird guy. He's supposed to be poking from the back row with Frozen Lance, but, like, him, Caspar, and, I guess Ingrid as well is one of our people. Those are the 4 people that I'm basically like, I should be able to put these guys in the front row, I think. Yeah, let's get somebody the XP for this. Probably Hannah then. Ooh. Let's do some alerts dancing. Maybe Ingrid can actually dodge something for once. Nice! Go. Ingrid actually doing her job. Gerald is, in fact, dying. I suppose Caspar needs some help, right? It's level 19. Lorenz is now level 20, which is good. Raph is level 19. I just want to poke them a little bit. I actually love this. Okay, well, she got a little too excited. I was gonna say I love this Mage Bila because she just like pokes things, and she doesn't do that much damage. Was the thing that I wanted to say.
Stay focused.
Because she just like pokes things for a little bit of damage. Oh my god, the crit rate is just too high.
Ready.
And then after poking something, like someone else can follow up.
To work.
But that's not really
Put me in
what is
there.
happening here. I think Caspar can probably just crit this on a basic. Yeah. He's level 20.
Handled with ease.
Raph and
I will
Hanneman need
get the
help.
victory.
Sorry. I got this.
25 times 2. That means Caspar would die. I mean, honestly, like, Lorenz was a reposition bot in our first run, but, like, he's doing that now, but actually doing it and being useful. Which is very funny to me. I feel like it did not appreciate the reposition slash shove slash whatever skills that much previously, and now I'm, like, all about them. Like, I liked Drawback for sure. Drawback was definitely a good one. But Reposition I struggled a little bit to actually use. This time around, though. Feels good. So Caspar is level already level 20, so he's gonna stride these people in.
Thank you.
Ready and willing.
Hanneman probably wants this last hit. So Byleth isn't going to crit this time. Thank you. That was Hanneman's attack. Probably not 50, so we're gonna dance.
Much needed.
Really need you to stop doing that. I appreciate your enthusiasm,
Sorry.
but I really need you to stop critting the monsters so that I can give XP to other people.
To work. Leave it to me.
Suppose if it turns the HP over, it gets stunned. So I got a new party member. Her name is Murderess. What the fuck? Uh-huh. Yeah. Ooh, a lot of damage. High crit chance.
You're relentless.
I don't know what I was expecting, but
It was... Stay focused.
I think I
My
kind of
turn?
fucked this all up.
Ready.
It's difficult, turns out, to get people in range of dying. Oh, get 69, loser. Nice. Turns out Hanneman just wants to crit today. Like, crit. Literally is crit like 3 times.
If you say so.
Which is, you know, on monster maps that's fair because monsters have low luck or whatever it is. Like, they have low crit resist. You might be able to guess what she tried the moment she became a party member. What? Tried to murder us?
This will be tough.
You know,
Someone, lend me a hand.
damn. She is built like a brick shithouse. One of these arts is very interesting. Okay, very cool. She did indeed betray the rest of the party immediately.
Ready
Good
and
to know.
willing.
Still a party member though. So she didn't
Leave
like
it to me.
fully betray the
To work.
party. Also, holy fuck.
Put me in.
Gerald actually going out of his way to get himself killed.
Thank you. Apologies.
Stride fixing everything. I guess we could have impregnable walled for him. We actually still can do that. Under the assumption that we're not going to be able to kill this thing in one turn, we're just going to do this instead and then call it a day. And then we're going to use Lysithia to get Ingrid the fuck out of here, right? Yeah, 54%. 54% on a 16. That actually doesn't matter at all. That's fine. That's totally fine. Okay, who wants us XP? Probably Raph. Let's stun it first. I guess we don't have to stun it if it died, but I'm pretty sure Raph does not have the ability to last hit this thing. Raph has basically no ability to hit this thing at all. And do love that. Hey, welcome, Rance. Yeah, Gerald sure dies. Also, yeah, we just... I mean... we kind of needed that to crit.
Get the victory.
Tried to kill everyone else, but since we're working with the same organization, nothing came of it. I see.
Sorry.
Okay.
Steady now.
Good job, me.
This might be my limit. Thanks.
Funny rally. Alright, good job, me. I call rigged. If I play casual, Gerald should faint. That's funny.
This must have...
But he doesn't die during battle, he dies in a
Run along
cutscene.
now.
Thanks for all your help, sir.
Thanks for all your help, sir. Man. I want Crania to shove her big, thick dagger in my behind.
How dare you get in the way of
Not
my
really.
brilliant plan, dog.
Oh, we haven't watched this with them, Byleth.
Run along now.
Thanks for all your help, sir. Huh? What are you doing here?
You must survive, merely because there is still a role that I require you to fulfill.
Come on, Gerald, that's a knife. That shit has terrible damage and you're an armored unit.
Sorry. It looks like I'm going to have to leave you now.
She has crit. No, I think she just also has armor penetration. I want Crania to penetrate my armor.
The first time I saw you cry, your tears would be for me.
Imagine trying to be smug about getting hit in the armor.
I'm happy for it.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing is that,
Kid,
like, the description for the dagger or something, I don't know if it was just in Heroes, but it was like, the description for the dagger is like, it's a super duper ancient relic that's about piercing through armor and stuff. It's like, damn. Crania wasn't fucking around. She was out for blood. Which is very funny. Okay. It's like, wow, do we actually just play for only like 22 minutes and then leave immediately? We probably have like 20 minutes.
Are you still crying?
Oh, we have supports. We can watch supports.
If turning back the hands of
Yeah,
time...
stop crying, Byleth. Jeez, get over it. What, is it just because your father died in a in a Fire Emblem game? Jeez. Stop trauma dumping. He's literally saying nothing. Our enemies will pay.
Agreed. We cannot... Oh, you're... Well...
Yornal.
Day 20, lady. Still,
Also,
day
I'm glad
20.
that I have
Day
randomly
20,
selected the right
day,
option
lady, right.
for Sothis.
Oh, no.
Just in case anybody wanted to donate for her.
Here you are. To think that Captain... I hope you know that you were the most... He wasn't the most emotional guy after what's happened. Lady Rhea.
This
Okay.
book is
I
filled
think
with
the
secrets
unique
yet
dialogue in
untold.
this is
I know
Claude,
now
so
why-
let's get to that.
Professor, I am Fitzgerald.
Unless Claude just doesn't show up at all?
He, their
Question
love
mark?
produced. It was her, your father,
Citra mentioned, by the way.
your mother.
I'm sorry for the report.
Very well. Please read.
Oh.
Part 1.
Where the goddess dwells.
Guardian Moon. Where the goddess dwells. Long ago, the guardian Saros made an appearance during this moon. She had been summoned by the goddess, whose soul was suffering as the flames of war raged across Fodlan. Some believe that high in the sky above Saros, the Immaculate One's mighty wings are what powered the strong winds carrying the Guardian and her forces into battle.
Yes, because they're two different people. Definitely. 100%. Because they are very... Saros and the Immaculate One, they fought as Dragon Rider and Dragon Fighter. I'm pretty sure that's how the story goes, right? Me when I spread lies on the internet. Oh my goodness, 5,000 gold? Let's go. Oh, is this where Claude talks to us?
Day 5 of the look.
Yeah.
Entries from before your birth. Oh, it. You do not wish for them to see you in this.
I thought I might find you here, Teach.
Hello.
Not the type to wallow in solitude, huh? That's a relief, let me tell you. So, what were you reading? Is that Gerald's?
Love letter. It basically is a love letter.
The contents are certainly bittersweet, but I think it's Gerald's diary. Hey, maybe this has some entries from when Gerald left the monastery.
Why are you so interested in
that
that,
so?
Claude? Why are you
He was
asking
the
about that,
captain
huh?
of the Knights, but something made him leave the monastery in a hurry. If it has something to do with your birth, knowing what happened may get us closer to knowing what secrets the church is hiding.
Whoa, what are you talking about?
Would you mind letting me read
What do you
that
mean,
diary?
secrets church is hiding? What do you
I know
mean
how
by that?
important it is to you, but I'm not
What could the
asking
church
lightly.
possibly be hiding?
Please allow me to borrow it.
I guess it just... I mean, I don't know. This isn't a real decision, is it? I mean, sure, I would let Claude borrow it, but...
I'm forever in your debt, Teach. If you'd refused, I would have had to sneak in here in the dead of night. I wasn't looking forward to the prospect. Anyhow, let me fill you in on what's been going on lately, and not just as thanks for pointing me to that diary. Rhea dispatched the Knights to various locations in a frantic search for the enemy. There's a rumor that she's already secured some information. Something big is going to happen soon. That has me wondering, if you find out where the enemy is, what will you do about it?
I'm gonna slam dunk
If you
them into
ask,
the sun.
No, scratch that. All of us students would gladly lend a hand. Even if that means going against Rhea's wishes. Don't forget it. Now go. Everyone's worried about you. You'd better show them you're in good spirits.
Oh, thank you. You saved me.
I find it funny that it's like, this is a non-decision. The reason it's a non-decision is because Claude would have just snuck in and got the journal later. Claude wants to speak to you, sure.
Hey, Teach.
Sub gamer.
Do you believe in gods? I don't necessarily mean the goddess of the Saros religion, just gods in general. Do you believe that incredible beings who control the fates of all really exist?
What was the... Who was the other person who... There was another person who basically asked the same question. That was like, Hey, by the way, do you... random silly question. Gallica, it was Gallica. Gallica just randomly being like, by the way, do you believe gods exist? And it's like, Gallica. I'm not trying to start this shit right now. But sure, let's go with... The simple answer is sure, yes.
Huh. That's not the answer I was expecting. Though, honestly, I've recently become a bit of a believer myself.
The only god I worship is thick anime thighs.
After all, you can only really rely on yourself. I still believe that. You can't win a war by leaving your fate in the hands of a god. Only tangible facts can really decide a war. Which side has the most troops, the best tactics, the better organization and planning. Of course, miracles can happen. And by that, I mean things that are completely outside of your control. Things that only seem to add up if you believe in the concept of fate. Things like, well, like meeting you, for example.
What do you... Literally asking, what do you mean by that?
You just seem sort of impossible. I think everyone would agree with that. You can wield the sword of the creator. You're a tactical genius, and you have this strange ability to earn the trust of anyone you cross paths with. Before I met you, I never imagined that it was possible for someone like you to exist. And yet, now that I know you, your presence in my life has quickly become invaluable. In fact, it's hard to imagine making my dreams come true without your help.
Tactical genius.
I can't believe for a second that our meeting was just a
massive
coincidence.
air quotes.
That means it must have been fate. Maybe it was a miracle. Or maybe some god empathized with me in my dreams.
What do you mean by that?
I don't mean the goddess of Fodlan, though I suppose it may be hard for you to grasp what I'm talking about. People all over the world have different ideas about who or what the gods are, right? Even in distant lands across the ocean or over the mountains. They have gods who see the world as a whole, who don't care about Fodlan's borders, who don't meddle in our affairs, who don't grant life or take it away. And maybe, sometimes, they'll make a miracle happen. A god like that, that's the sort of god I think I could believe in.
I don't understand, Claude. Are you telling me that you don't want to worship the thighs of the goddess? What's wrong with you?
Well, it doesn't really matter. Maybe gods like that only exist in my own head.
That's generally where they
I
do
just
exist.
speak in my mind, that's all. I think people should be free to believe in whatever gods they want. If a person believes in a god and that god becomes a support system for them, that's a good thing. That's what a god should be. Anyway, maybe I've overstepped a bit.
Damn. You have. You start talking about anime thighs right now, Claude. Swear to God. That's fine.
I knew you'd understand. In any case, let's keep this conversation between the two of us, yeah?
No, I'm gonna tell Rhea right now that you don't believe in Saros. You don't believe in Saint Saros. You don't believe in the Immaculate One. You don't believe in the Goddess. Don't believe in any of it. Sorry, who was this? I didn't even see. Just gonna give flowers just in case. It was Ingrid. I actually probably should have tea-partied Ingrid. Damn, I just realized that... This is my birthday, right? I just realized that on every road I've put my birthday at the the fucking month Gerald dies. It's so sad. That's so funny. And I have to teach a lecture on that day. That's fucked up. That's crazy, dude. Alright. Dividing the world. What is that? Ah, we have seen this one. Okay. It looks different, or looked new. I guess we do supports. Actually, do we do supports now, or do we do... Yeah, I think we do supports now because people need motivation. Oh, but that only happens if it's a support with Lyrilyte, which I don't think we have those. We don't. Okay. Rhea is at C, and that's all that matters for her player log, so I guess we can look at these things. What are these? Shamir.
Impressive as ever. It's always satisfying to see such skill in motion.
It's nothing to boast about. Just part of the job.
Sure, but I hear there isn't a knight out there who can match your skill at reconnaissance and infiltration missions.
Don't forget assassination and coercion. Is there someone you need killed?
Ooh, so violent. Why would you jump to that conclusion?
Because why are you asking these questions?
I thought you might need a favor.
Sorry to disappoint, but I didn't come to request an assassination. I just want to
Wait,
talk.
why not? Oh, too bad.
Of course. You've piqued my interest for a while now. A little birdie told me you were born in Dagda. Is that true? That's pretty far away, beyond even Bridget to the west. So, what brought you to Fodlan?
I worked as a mercenary in Dagda. That is until I was defeated in battle against the Empire and left for dead.
I see. I'm surprised they didn't take you as their prisoner.
I know how to conceal myself.
Yeah,
Damn.
of course you do.
So she
Still,
got
with your
defeated and then
particular
just
skill,
like
couldn't
pieced
you
the fuck
make your way
out. She's
back
like,
to
I
Dagda
wasn't even
whenever you
here,
please?"
gamer.
That is true. I could return if I really wanted. But Rhea took me in, and I owe her a debt. I also don't hate it here. For now, this is where I belong.
Where you belong, huh? That's heavy stuff. I wonder if this is where I really belong.
I wouldn't know. You need to figure that out yourself.
Damn. It's pretty short and to the point. Cute. Marianne, alright.
Is that Raphael?
Yeah, I get it. But you can't be so picky. You need some meat in your diet. I don't know if you can eat human food, but bug meat might be good for you. That's right. You need to eat
Is he
plenty of bug
talking
meat
to a
if you wanna
bird?
be big and strong like me. No more sweets for you.
What? He's talking to a bird?
Huh? Is someone there?
This is cute.
Oh, Marianne! You're
Because
right on time.
they flipped it.
This little birdie was telling me that he misses you. And, oh!
Oh, I left.
It flew off.
It appears so.
Why do you think birds fly away when there's more than one person around? Birds never seem to stay put, unless I'm alone.
Birds are very cautious creatures. They tend to fly away when they're startled.
You mean they're afraid of loud noises?
He said
Oops.
calmly.
That was probably too loud for the birds. Come on, Raphael. Keep it down. How's this? Do you think we'd be able to talk to birds together like this?
Like
I
this?
haven't met a bird that can speak human. I was hoping you could introduce me.
Huh? I thought you were just talking to one.
I was mostly talking at him, not to him. He just said chirp chirp and stuff like that. I had no idea what he was talking about. I don't think he understood me either. Marianne, you always know which birds understand what you're saying, right? Next time you find a bird who understands you, I hope you let me know so I can join the conversation.
Now what am I supposed to do?
How do I tell them, like, I'm not a crazy person? I talk to the wind, but the wind does not hear. The wind cannot hear. Like this? This should be fine, right? I don't know. As much as, like, Raph is definitely the built like a brick shit house person who is like, I don't know, man, he just looks kind of dopey to me. I don't know if that's the right word. I've appreciated his very grounded support conversations. He's a real one. Raph is just a real one.
Whew. Today's training was murder. Ah, Shamir, I have a question for you. Shamir? Oh, I suppose she's meditating.
You don't
or
like him
something.
because he has more chest than you?
Never
You're
mind
fucking
then, I
banned,
guess.
kid. You're
Where
banned
are you
forever
going?
now.
Ah! Shamir!
Don't you have a question?
Maybe 5 minutes was too much.
No, it's not important.
I'm finished meditating. Speak.
No, it's not. You're probably tired anyway.
Always be willing to speak and ask questions. Understood?
Yes, understood. I'll remember that for next time.
Next time.
Second regular to be permabanned.
Yes, I'm okay for today. Sorry to disturb you. I'll be leaving now.
Why must he be so difficult?
I hope Tim comes back. He was a good chatter. I feel bad for not making it explicitly clear that I had to permaban them for the bit, right? Like it had to happen, right? I just don't think I communicated the finality of the bit. We've already seen this one. Okay, so that's all the sports. We caught up on the sports. I think I can do... we're not gonna have... I think we're not gonna have a Fire Emblem stream next week. Because I need to do, like, I have to do the paralogs and stuff. And I need to get, like, to the end of the month. And I'm not gonna be here next weekend. I'm gonna be out of the castle between... should be Friday to like Monday, something like that, where I will not be here. Might return on Sunday, but like, again, usually because I'll, You did say I'll unban him when I remembered to do so pretty quickly after banning him, so I'm assuming he heard that. Yeah, I hope so. But yeah, so we're going to pick up Fire Emblem in 2 weeks from now. I should have all of the grinding done by then, because again, it'll be like 2 weeks. But I will not be here next weekend. I'll be out of the castle. And we're probably just going to do Monhun next week. I'm probably going to schedule for like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's my initial thought. And yeah, so hey, if you're still here, this is the end of stream. I gotta go. So... God, I flipped myself all around and stuff like that. If you're still here, hey, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support as always, and I will see you next time. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.